Right now, though, our Dan is back. We've missed you. We have missed you.
Missed you.
How was
Did you have a good break?
Yes, I did. How were your holidays?
Yeah, it was so good. I mean, I went to Australia and New Zealand. Obviously, there was the sun.
Indeed.
And the beach, which is a very good thing.
Look at you.
But I guess I would say, for me, the most important thing was about being with my family, my mum, my dad and my sister.
Those cakes.
Yeah, so it was blissful. And actually, needed a bit of recharge because, obviously, we're now into the biggest, most busy showbiz season of the year because it's awards season.
It is indeed.
Which kicks off tomorrow night.
It does, doesn't it?
With the launch of the Brit Awards. And it's the first time, actually, that on ITV they'll be announced live in a special show hosted by Emma Willis leading into The Voice.
Right.
And it's incredible to think that this year it's going to be 20 years since Jerry Halliwell's iconic Union Jack dress.
It is not, isn't it?
It is.
Gosh.
And you just know that there will be some of those iconic moments to come this year. And one of them, I can reveal, is going to be a special tribute, as you would expect, to the fallen icons of the music industry over the last year. And the Brit Awards in particular are planning a special tribute to David Bowie. He's a Brit icon, of course, George Michael and George Martin as well. So I don't think there will be a dry eye in the house for that one. Also, look out for this to be a huge year for Bowie posthumously because of the release of his last album, which filled in to this time period in terms of the contention for the Brits. So there is a lot of talk, Lorraine, that he could be up for Best Album, Best Male, Best Song potentially, and Best Video. So it's going to be very emotional in that sense.
I still can't believe he's going, and I'm still in shock after George Michael. That was just terrible.
Absolutely
terrible.
shocking.
Poor guy, awful. Now, who else is going to be nominated, do we think?
Well, I can tell you someone who isn't going to be, and this is a bit of a shock. I can reveal Olly Murs has discovered that he won't be nominated for the Brit categories that he hoped to be this year. Real disappointment for him because obviously he's had a stonking year.
He's brought out some great
he's
songs, though.
Top of the charts and he's selling huge amount of records. I know with Olly it's something that, you know, is a bone of contention for him. So he was meant to be performing at this big launch tomorrow night. He's actually pulled out. But there will be the likes of Craig David and Rag and Bone Man who's winning the Critics' Choice Awards there instead. And you know what? This does fill into a theme of mine. I am one of the Brit voters, actually. I can tell you that. And they've broadened out who votes for the Brits this year. But I do get annoyed every year that sometimes there is a bit of snobbery around who gets nominated.
Totally with you in
So it's like this year. So Olly obviously hasn't, but will Zayn Malik be nominated for Best Male? He probably deserves it. You know, he's carved out a solo career after leaving One Direction. Little Mix released, in my view, the best pop album in recent memory.
Great
and
pop act.
They should be nominated for Best Group. So it's going to be interesting to see if those types of people get the nod. In terms of international acts, look for Kanye West and Beyonce and Drake to dominate. Should say as well, Ed Sheeran very likely be a guest at the Brits next year, and there will be chart history created this afternoon for him. Do you know he is going to be the first person ever to go to #1 and #2 with 2 brand new singles? So it's great to have him back. I love Castle in the Sky, Castle in the Hill, which is the one that's going to go to #2 today. But amazing, just shows what a force he is.
But you're right about the snobbery. You're absolutely spot on about that.